Stakes. Oh, there it is. Hello? This is fucking Stakes. Oh, there it is. Hi guys, sorry I don't have the chat available. Hang on a sec, I'm trying to fix that. I don't know what's going on. Firstly, my software was out of date. I just never updated it, right? And then normally what happens when you press go live on this, it fills in all the information that you filled in on YouTube, like Mortal Kombat trailer reaction, and it wasn't filling in any of that information. And then so I went live, and there was nothing. I couldn't see the video. And I think it's because what happened was when it wasn't filling in the information, it defaulted to private. So that's why I couldn't see it. And then I'm like, So I did the update. That's why there was a big delay. Did the update. And even now it's all updated. It's still doing the same thing. It used to just get all the information, the thumbnail, all the info, the tags, and just put it in. And you just press go live. And I had to retype in all the names and shit. Anyway. But the other thing. Oh no, there. The chat is working. Oh, the chat is working. Fucking good. Good. Because I typed something in to test it and it didn't come up. So, well, good. The chat is working. Everything is working. Alright, let's do this because I'm in a hurry. Because I've got this Pokemon thing tomorrow. I'm having lunch with someone today. And I've got to get moving, so. Right. So, trailer came out last night, 4 a.m. my time. I have watched it. This isn't a first time watch. I've watched the trailer a few times. But I'm going to watch it with you guys and give my opinion. Oh man, those messages disappear quickly. Let me bring this one up. There we go. Missing a video notification from you, man. You gonna review MK11 soon? I don't know. Don't know. I've talked a lot about MK11, really. Like, I just haven't done a review, like a condensed, But I've talked a lot about MK11, like Sindel being butchered. Shit like that. Anyway, that's not about MK. It's not about MK11 today. It's about this trailer. I'm just going to ramble for a few more minutes. There's 15 people watching. Give people a few more minutes to come in. Yeah, so this trailer came out last night, 4 a.m. my time. I watched it. I actually have access to the press materials for this movie. So Warner Brothers have given me press access. So I have like a 4K version. Well, I haven't downloaded it yet, but I can get a 4K version of the trailer, and I have all those posters in full HD, which I put up on my YouTube channel. Those aren't from Twitter. Those are like the proper Warner Brothers, HD posters. That's why I put them up, because the quality is better than the stuff you've seen on Twitter. Is the screen stuck for anyone? Is the screen stuck? Am I not moving around? Hello? Can someone say if it's working or not? Can someone tell me if it's working? Finish him. I have not hit play yet. I have not. Okay. I have not hit play yet because I'm just giving people a chance to come into the stream. Okay. There's 14 of you there. I know you're anxious. No, you've all watched the trailer, I know. I actually watched the trailer yesterday in like some other language. It was on YouTube, like in Russian or something. And I'm like, I have no idea what they're saying. Because I think someone leaked it in English and it got taken down. And then, because, fair enough. It's supposed to come out 9 a.m. PST. But for me, that's 4 a.m. So seeing it earlier would have been nice, So... I went to bed at like 3:30, And then I was watching something in bed, and I looked at the clock. I'm like, it's 4 a.m. I could watch the trailer. I'm like, all right, I'll go watch the trailer. Red YouTube logo on my screen. Nothing moving. Can you hear me? Weird. All right. I'm gonna watch the trailer now. Hello, Canadian Alberta. And I'm gonna give you my thoughts. All right, so here we go. Let me hit play. All right, it's playing. And the sound's cutting out. Ooh.
First learned about this 7 years ago. On a mission in Brazil to capture a wanted fugitive. When we got there, it tore through our unit in seconds. The target had superhuman abilities. It had the same marking you do, Cole.
I got a problem with that.
It's a birthmark.
What do you mean?
I got a big problem with that birthmark.
Not a birthmark, Cole.
It's not a birthmark, Cole.
Throughout history, different cultures all over the world reference a great tournament of champions. That dragon marking? I think it's an invitation.
They just look decent, but
to
I
fight
think
for something
they
known.
They should look like Mortal Kombat.
As Mortal Kombat.
These are your champions.
I'm Sonya. That's Kano.
I'm Liu Kang.
Name's Jax.
Kung Lao.
That looks pretty good.
The fate of Earth is in our hands.
No matter how many of my people you put in the ground, we will not
I
fail.
love the Shao Kahn reference.
Kill them.
Well, that looks really good. That line is so fucking cringy. Like, I mean, maybe it's out of context.
Get over here!
I'm Mortal Kombat character would ever go,
Kano wins. You fucking beauty.
Beauty, mate. Kano wins. So, yep, we got the Aussie references back. So, yeah, there's... I'm hoping that you can... I don't know, someone's saying they can't see the trailer. Can you guys... Were you able to see that? Ah, I'm in all sorts of trouble. This morning. Anyway, hopefully you were able to see it. It's usually just one person having trouble. Yeah, I think it'll be entertaining. The problem I got is like, is there a way I can I skip with this? Oh yeah, I can. Good. The problem I got, the start is really good. Like, I love the start of this trailer that they're talking about. You know, they're on some sort of special forces mission, which sets up Sonya and Jax, and that they encountered someone with superhuman powers, which is Sub-Zero. But Sub-Zero doesn't look like fucking Sub-Zero. Like, what? Like, why is he all black? Like, they did this with Legacy, and it just drove me mental. Like, Sub-Zero does not look like that in any game. Like, what game does he look like that? Maybe Injustice. Like, where's the blue? Where's the blue? He's blue. Sub-Zero's blue. The reason why the original movies were so, or the original movie was so successful was because the costumes just looked like the characters. And I mean, with the original movie, yeah, it looked like Mortal Kombat 1, 2, so it's a bit more bright, a bit more flat, a bit less detailed. But I still think that this mask should have just been made blue. But I love this intro. And this is a throwback to the original movie where Sonya says to Sub-Zero, move aside with the gun, and then Sub-Zero freezes the gun and breaks it. So that's the same thing that's going on here. Sub-Zero literally just, instead of freezing the gun though, he freezes the shotgun blast as it comes out, which is pretty good. That's like one-upping the original movie. So then we move on. Then we got, here we got Sub-Zero freezing Jackson, smashing his arms. Now there is a video you can watch. From the director on IGN that talks behind the scenes of this trailer, and he talks about this, and he said he knows that it was Ermac, you know, and he wanted to keep it as faithful as possible, but, you know, I assume Ermac's not in the movie because he said, like, we just did it with Sub-Zero instead, which I'm fine with. Like, if that's going to help the movie and keep the movie on track, you know, sometimes you have to make some little sacrifices, right? And I'm okay with that one, because I actually think Ermac doesn't do well in like, he didn't do well in Legacy. I just think the character's too strange to fit into sort of like a linear plot. I don't think, like, I mean, there probably is a way you could write him in, but you'd need time to flesh out a bit of a rando character like Ermac. Whereas Sub-Zero is pretty basic. He's okay, he's got his Sub-Zero power, his ice powers, he's in the Linkway, he hates Scorpion. You know, he's in the tournament. Like, it's really straightforward. Ermac, he collects souls. Like, he's a soul vessel. He's got 1,000,000 souls inside him. But, like he's just got all this backstory to explain. It's going to chew up your time. It's not worth it. So, I'm actually fine with this. Like I said, I really like the intro of the trailer. And then, she's explaining, you know, we found this guy years ago, blah, 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 blah. You know, and then the logo freezes, which is cool. I like that. And then this is the first part I got an issue with is this shit. Like, for a start, like, I don't know who this fucking character is. Like, he's made up for the movie. He's like a protagonist character that I think we're supposed to like, you know. And these are just my opinions, not hating. I'm just saying, this is just from what I can see in the trailer. He's a protagonist. We're supposed to follow this character and relate with this character. But I don't understand, and this was really risky, going down the route of, it's a birthmark. Like, if you think, what other movie had a mark on it that did not do very well? Can you guys think? I can. Who remembers Mortal Kombat Annihilation? Do you remember every time one of Shao Kahn's assassins died in Mortal Kombat Annihilation, that stupid tattoo would go like no one liked that shit. Like, no one. This is just Mortal Kombat Annihilation tattoo 2.0 for me. And it was just totally fucking unnecessary. This was not necessary at all. In fact, I'll tell you guys one thing. One of the things, if I could own any prop from the Mortal Kombat movie, the only thing I would want to own, the only thing I would love to have from the original movie is the invitation to the tournament, which comes in a little pouch. Johnny Cage opens it, he pulls out 2 scrolls, he unrolls it, right? And it just has the dragon and all this like Chinese or Japanese or, you know, Asian style writing on it, and it looks sort of old and that. That looks great. It's interesting. And even Johnny Cage looks at it like, the fuck is this? And sort of just tilts it and just looks at the dragon. I don't know what this is. You know, like, that is good. This is like, you're born with the mark on yourself, but like, it makes no sense, because I'm like, okay, well, where's Jax's mark? Because I looked at Jax, he doesn't have that mark. Is Jax entering the tournament? I don't know. What about all the other characters who are in the tournament? Do they have that mark? Like, it's just weird. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know why they did that. I just think that's really weird. Really, really, really weird. To be, oh, look, he's got the Mortal Kombat logo on him. Like, you could have just had an invitation. You could have just had an invitation. Like, the part where Sonya's looking at the Mortal Kombat thing on the wall that says Mortal Kombat, I thought that might have been, like, the invitation. Like, it wouldn't have been that hard. Hey to everyone rolling into the chat. Sorry if I'm not acknowledging your presence. I'm trying to just get through this. I'm in a little bit of a hurry, and I had all these issues which had made me even later. Raiden's birthmark annihilation. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly like what it is to me. It's like the birthmarks from Annihilation, you know, the tattoos that let you travel between realms, you know, for the bearer and his passengers, you know. A lot of people are upset. No Johnny Cage. Yeah, I have a feeling that's a legal thing. It's funny how you said in Twitch that we still hadn't seen the trailer, and all of a sudden there it is. I know, right? That was kind of weird. Do you reckon that was me? Do you reckon they thought, oh fuck, Total MK, he's like, you know, fuck, he's like, there's no trailer, fuck, we better release a trailer. Nah, I think it was just, I think they'd always said February. I think they had always said February, so I think that was just coincidence. For your logo on the comment, but there's more in this trailer. Oh yeah, no, I'm just talking about this one thing. Like, you know, give me a chance. I'm getting through the whole thing. Give me a chance, all right? Don't turn Mortal Kombat into something it's not. Yeah, I worry about that woke stuff getting in here. You know, they go introduce the characters. This is Outworld, by the way, because the director says in the trailer that this is Outworld. Which is funny, because I live in Australia and I've seen a coal mine before, so I'm like, that's a coal mine. So it's funny, because he's like, yeah, we filmed it at a coal mine. I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, my dad is a civil engineer, and he's worked in mines, you know, when I was a wee young lad, you know, and I've seen that stuff before, you know. Just looks like a mine to me. I liked this part that they talk about the tournament's been around for a long time in many cultures. It's old. That's good, you know, because that's how it is with the Mortal Kombat tournament. Then we've got Sonya here giving us more exposition about the Mortal Kombat tournament. Where's that part where she looks at the piece of paper and all? Who the fuck is that? I know, it looks like this Cole guy. I think they're copying the whole, like, Robin Shao. I don't believe in the tournament crap, you know, from the first one. And then they're like, no, Cole, you were chosen for the tournament. I think they're copying that. This apparently is Scorpion, or Hanzo Hasashi gets attacked at the start of the movie, again, from the director. And this is sort of how he becomes Scorpion. So they sort of give him some backstory how he becomes Scorpion. He gets attacked by, I don't know, Lin Kuei or someone else. And gets to show off all his abilities here. That's them walking again. I don't know if that's out, or it looks a little bit different. More like a coal mine. Sonya fighting down with Kano, which is good because that falls into that narrative. I love this shot of Kano doing his eye laser. Really like this. If you look at this one, it looks like he's eye lasering through something, because see all these sparks? Maybe a door? Maybe this might be like an intro to Kano, like being a thief, like breaking into somewhere, like using his laser, like cut through a door or something. Like, that could be that. What was the first good Mortal Kombat? Fellas, PG-13. Many will buy MK11 off the back of this trailer. This doesn't have anything that says it's going to be woke. Not really. No, you're right, Mel and Matt. There's not really anything like that in the trailer, but it doesn't mean that that stuff might not be in the movie. I'm not saying it will be or it won't be, but yeah, I do worry that that stuff is sneaking its way into a lot of the stuff these days and just ruining everything. I mean, look at that whole Gina Carino situation going on with The Mandalorian. I'm not watching that show anymore, and I'm cancelling Disney Plus. I'm just going to let it expire, because, like, you can't take out one of the main characters because of, like, what she said, some behind-the-scenes crap. They had a great show. It was making a fuck ton of money, and they've ruined it now. The show is fucking ruined. They're going to recast it and ruin that show, and no one's going to watch it. You know? They're just stupid. So that's why I worry, you know? They had a great show. Like, she was my favourite character. She was my favourite character. Like, I didn't even care about Baby Yoda. Mandalorian was kind of cool, but I found him kind of boring. Like, I'm like, okay, he's a good fighter. He's got Vesper armor. That's really it. He goes from here to there to here to there to protect Baby Yoda. But I'm like, not really much about the character. Okay, he's a Mandalorian. They explained it in the first episode. Then nothing after that. But she's a bit more of an interesting character. She's got a thing with the Empire going on. She was a drop trooper. I think it was a drop trooper. Yeah, and she's an ass kicker. She just look quite attractive as well, you know. Anyway, that's ruined, so can't have good things anymore. Can't watch that anymore because I'll just get mad. I'll be like, nah, they should never have got rid of her. Anyway, back to this trailer. Melina and Katana have to be Asian. It's who they are. They are Asian, and it's everywhere in MK. Not really. They're not really Asian. That's actually incorrect. Like, if you go back to the games, they're played by American actresses, really. I mean, they kind of look a little Asian, I guess. You know, so, I don't know. I don't think Katana's in it. I think they're just putting Melina in it. There's also a reboot Ari movie this year. Yeah, I heard. So, alright, so that's Kano. Let's move on. Alright, we got Liu Kang throwing a fireball. That looks like... See where he's throwing the fireballs and that, where he's wearing the white top? That must be like some sort of intro at the Shaolin Temple, I would say. It looked like temple things to me. Like maybe a bit of, you know, being told about tournament sort of stuff. Kung Lao looks fantastic. Really great costume. I think they did really well with this one. This is a case where it does look a lot like the game, but not exactly. That has been, I think, in Shaolin Monks, that outfit, but the original MK2 one had more chest showing and sort of more like just sort of straps here, and it had like symbols down there. Actually, if you look at the first episode of Mortal Kombat Conquest, they got the costume like perfect from the game. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting seeing how they work together. The thing about Raiden, I don't know what it is about Raiden. I don't know, it just doesn't look intimidating. Oh, hang on, could that be... Oh, there's a Katana fan. Hey, I just noticed that. Because I haven't been like... I haven't watched this trailer in slow motion. This is the first time I'm pausing and scrolling through. There's a Katana fan there. That's interesting. We got Kano. We got, what is that? Liu Kang, Kung Lao, Cole Turner, Sonya, and Raiden. So, oh yeah, I'm good, Outworld. How are you, mate? Just going through this trailer real quick because I'm in a bit of a hurry today. Katana isn't in it. There's a bit of fighting going on in the chat. Bit of fighting. Fight. Seems the film is getting hype, but people thought it was going to get more dislikes in the trailer. No, I think the film looks very competent, actually. I was actually a bit more worried about this movie because they hadn't been anything. The sets look really good. The characters are decent, even though I didn't like Sub-Zero. Most of the other characters look pretty good. Sonya's like an example. She just wears black. She wears black, really. So they're not going to make it look like MK1 Sonya, you know, with the, you know, leggings in there. I don't know about Raiden, though. Like, I don't know. Like, he just... I think he looks too short or slender. See, Raiden's like 7 foot tall. I don't know. He just... The hat looks metal too. Like, I don't know. There's something about it. I'm not hating on it. I just... There's something that just doesn't feel right about it when I look at it. He looks young. Maybe that's it. Yeah, maybe he just looks too young. That might actually be it. But you know, that doesn't mean he's not going to be awesome in the movie. So I'm just commenting on looks. I'm getting a phone call. Why now? Later. So there's that. Jax looks pretty good after he has his arms destroyed. The metal arms look really good. That's actually quite perfect. There's not much I can say about that. He looks like Jax. They got this 100% right. Liu Kang walking into the sun. That's a reference to maybe the Mortal Kombat 2 versus pose, where he's got the sun behind him. Possibly. Then we got Melina here, who's played by an African-American actress this time round. This has got some people, you know, very confused. They're like, Melina is white, really, in the games. you know, someone saying Asian. I don't think she's Asian. So they've changed the race of the the actor playing her is a different different ethnicity than the original character. So I don't know why they did that, you know. Yeah, because she's supposed to be a clone of Katana. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Well, there better be a black Katana, but the thing is, Katana's not black, so I don't know why they did that. Like, no shade to this actor. It's just the original source material. Character's not that way, so, you know, and then they'll come out and say, well, you know, it's the movie, it's our version, we can do what we want, and that's true, you know. We'll see what happens. Finding yourself by Anakin Skywalker. Still some dissent going on in the chat. Here we get, I don't know, Liu Kang making a fire dragon for no reason. I don't know, showing off. Who's he fighting? This looks like the end of the movie. This looks like somewhere in Outworld or something. There's Cabal. You can see Cabal in it because of his hook sword. See his hook sword there? A lot of you might have missed that. And then you got this shot of Sub-Zero where he does the ice. See, Sub-Zero looks a bit more blue here. The thing around his shoulders look a bit more blue. But I just don't think that they made him blue enough. I mean, you got to have the characters look like the characters. And it's just this thing with all this. See, look at this. This is a perfect example. Look at this. It's like two ninjas fighting each other. And yes, Scorpion is a ninja. But they just look black. They look like they're wearing black clothing. Like, it's hard to distinguish who the fuck you're watching. You know what I mean? Like Scorpion has a bit of yellow on him. That's okay. But, I mean, brighten it up, man. Like, make him look like the game, you know? Same with Sub-Zero. He just looks like he's fighting, I don't know, Sho Kosugi from Revenge of the Ninja. By the way, this movie was made in Australia. Excuse me. Yeah, so it was filmed in South Australia, Adelaide, not my state. I'm in Victoria. So I wasn't able to visit the set or apply to be an extra, which sucks because I had all that stuff. But if it had been in my state, I could have probably done all that stuff, you know, which really, really sucks. You know, and like I said, I know a lot of people in film production. Not a lot of people. A few people in Melbourne who've made movies. I worked with people in local film production in Melbourne. So I even know all the, you know, all the sites that extras use to get our call-ups at and all that, you know. So, yeah. So here we have, you know, Scorpion and Sub-Zero having a brutal fight. There's a lot of ice in the background. This MYD in the background looks like it's a reference to something. That looks like some sort of Mortal Kombat font. Don't know if that is. See, he does not look blue. That's the problem I got with Sub-Zero. Like, he just... At least Scorpion's got yellow tinges. And someone probably said that. They're like, they're both black, like, and they're fighting each other. They're both wearing black clothing. Like, what have you done? You know, and then you got Kano, he rips the heart out here. This is probably... This might be Reptile. He's ripping the heart out of Reptile. Reptile looks weird if that's Reptile. And then he says, "You fucking ripper," or something, which is hilarious. Bit of Aussie humour there, you know. So yeah, I mean that's really the trailer. Taking the gritty MKX approach. Yeah, they're going for the gritty look. But sometimes you just gotta pull back on that. Over here sounded very off. Ed Boon should have done it. Yeah. Yeah, Ed Boon should probably always do the get over here, really. They probably should just always overdub it. I mean, when you watch Mortal Kombat Conquest, it's pretty bad. And that's no shade to Chris Casamazzo, who's an amazing martial artist, but he just does not sound like the game. And that's an example of where they did something in the movie from the game perfectly, where they used Ed Boon actually doing the "Get Over Here" from, recorded, and just ADR'd it, because he's wearing a mask anyway. You can't even see his mouth moving anyway. So the "Get Over Here" was like perfect, There was a perfect use of doing it that way. Why no Johnny Cage? I don't know why no Johnny Cage, but I have a feeling it's legal based, and that's just a guess, just from what I've heard. I think there's some issues with Daniel Pazina and representing Johnny Cage. I'm not sure. This is just a guess. I think there's been some back and forth between Warner and him. I could be wrong. I don't know. I've met Daniel. He's great, and I know the Mortal Kombat guys. They're great. So I don't know what goes on really with that stuff, but I've heard little rumors and things here and there. So it might be something to do with that, and it might just be that they decided just to have a new protagonist that you don't know who it is, sort of like Art Lean. Yeah, if you really think about it, Cole Turner is Art Lean from this character. Even though Art just dies, Cole's not going to die because he's the main. But Art Lean was a made-up character in the original. And I always sometimes think that, like, even though it's kind of lame because Art Lean's not from the game, and he's like, hey man, I saw a couple of films, listen, you can't fake those moves. I kind of thought if they'd given him a bit more screen time, they might have been able to make him kind of a bit cooler, Art Lean, because he's just in there to die, really. Like, he has a few lines at the start, he meets Johnny Cage, he's with the guys, and with the good guys, and then he dies, right? And the biggest tell of that is when Sonya goes, no! After he gets died and gets killed by Goro, who she had zero interaction with in the whole movie. Like, the whole Art Lean interaction is with Johnny Cage the whole time. So that's followed by, after she goes no, Johnny Cage then goes no, which makes sense. The Johnny Cage one makes sense because he'd been talking to him, but the Sonya one made no sense because she hadn't said one word to Art in the whole movie. Do you know what I mean? The logo thoughts, I don't like it. I don't know why they fucking change it. Can you just leave it alone, please? Please stop fucking with the logo, please. Please. I don't know why they do that. I don't know why they keep changing it. Why do they have to keep fucking with everything? Like, the Mortal Kombat logos is one of the greatest logos ever. Yeah, sure, you can make it black, you can make it orange, you can do what they did in MK9 and make it look metal, but it's still the exact same shape. You can make it look like glass in MKX, where it gets broken, like on my YouTube banner. Still the original logo, but then they do this thing where it just doesn't look right to me. Like, the bottom of the dragon there doesn't curve back enough, and I see all these little things, and the spikes look all weird, and I don't know. I just don't know why they have to keep fucking with it. The logo belongs on something like Double Dragon. That's kind of very accurate, actually. That's pretty accurate. It's pretty fucking accurate. Yeah, it does. They made it look like his birthmark. I hate that birthmark shit, Outward. I don't know if you were here when I was talking about that, but that was my biggest problem with this trailer, is this birthmark stuff. He was born to be in the tournament. The thing that was so good in the original movie was that Liu Kang quit. He quit the temple. He's like, I don't believe any of this crap. We don't believe this Mortal Kombat nonsense. He says it to his grandfather. How can you, a wise man, believe this stuff? And then we all believe in it, including your brother. Like, all that stuff, like, was great. It added so much to the character, and now they just put a logo on him. You know what I mean? So you can't have any of that. In the original movie, Liu Kang didn't want to be in the tournament. He just wanted to get Shang Tsung because he got his brother. That was it. He just wanted revenge. And he had to become the chosen one, really. Even though he is the chosen one, he didn't believe it until he went to the tournament, and saw Sub-Zero kill that guy, and saw all the weird shit, and saw Goro, and it was like, oh my god, everything my grandfather talked about is true, And all that is lost because now they put a birthmark on someone. No, you're born to be in the tournament. You're born for it, man. And he's like, no, but it's just a birthmark. That's not a birthmark, Cole. I hate that line, by the way. That's not a birthmark. It's an invitation. I don't know. Just, yeah. It might work in the movie. I'm just talking about it from a trailer's perspective, you know. I don't know, like, why they did that. Like I said, they should have just done an invitation. I am the chosen one. You hear your slaves, sorcerer. You have lost your power over them. Free them! They are mine forever! But it just feels like they are reaching. Yeah, it's just weird. I don't understand why they did it. Comes the movie's main character fighting Ed Boon in Kombat. Seems to be good again. I don't think that's going to be in the movie. Shah Khan was in the first one too, so yeah, there's a Shah Khan reference in this. You see a statue or something, so that could be good. Yeah, the birthmark gives you annihilation vibes. Yeah, I was saying that earlier. It's very much like that tattoo stuff, you know. Oh my god, someone else is reacting while I'm reacting. How dare you react while I react? No, that's ketchup and mustard reacting. What is going on? Yeah, got me worried. Why is that floating there? Got me worried. I thought it was about to crash. Sometimes this thing randomly crashes. Well, not randomly. There's a reason for it, but I thought it was about to do that. It didn't do it though, thank God. Anyway, so the first movie would sell well due to fatalities. The movie has so many iconic scenes. Sub-Zero freezing out his hands was so badass. Yeah, the original movie did. I really liked the way they did the effects in the original movie. The characters look like the characters, and like just when he freezes the gun and breaks it like that, and then he does the big thing later, the big ice ball shield thing, that thing. You know, no Papa Goro's 0 out of 10. I know what you're saying. Like there's something really charming, even though it's clunky and they hated working with it on the production. The original Mortal Kombat movie had a puppet Goro, had a guy in a suit, and animatronic head, right? And it sort of had all three, and it's very old school film, like. And when you watch it, it does look kind of scary because it just doesn't move good enough. You know what I mean? If they got to make it move better, it would have been like, fuck. But like when you're just looking at Goro, like if you look at a still image from the original movie, he's like really fucking. They made him really tall and scary. It looks scary. Looks weird. Looks like a monster. You know, so I think that I understand when you're saying it's kind of sad that they didn't do old school like filmmaking techniques, but you can't blame them because no one does that anymore. And I think this Goro does look good. I think they've done the CGI well for this one. I don't know what he's going to do in the movie because if you watch that video again with the director talking about Goro, he says he has a role in the movie, so he might not just be in the tournament to fight like usual. There might be something else that he does. What if they had similar kind of direction of Sindel? Monks was teased at the end of Aftermath in 11. Apparently they want to make Aftermath, but Warner Brothers won't let them. That's what I'm hearing. CGI Goro could be neat if they don't like say Thanos. Yeah, it's the reason why most people buy the modern MK games. Most people see the movie, yeah. So yeah, I mean, those are my real thoughts on the trailer. I mean, it looks pretty competent. Most of my nitpicks are pretty average. If that birthmark thing doesn't really impede on the story, and it's gonna be one of those little things I hate. And there's one of those little things I hate in the original movie and still love it. Like for example, one of the things I really hate that always really bugs me in the first movie is when Liu Kang and Sub-Zero are fighting. The fight is so great, but there's a part where Liu Kang's running towards Sub-Zero, and then Sub-Zero runs up and he flips off the wall, and Liu Kang almost runs into the wall, and he turns around. Then Sub-Zero goes down like a ramp, like that, and then Liu Kang follows him, and then like kicks him down, and then Sub-Zero gets up and does the big freeze thing, right? But if you watch that, the problem is that the flow of the fight is so good up to that moment where like they're trading blow for blow. But after Sub-Zero goes down the ramp, he literally just waits for Liu Kang to come down the ramp and kick him. Like he's just going, like, and it bugs me every time that he's just waiting for Liu Kang to do that kick, and they had nothing for him to do while Liu Kang came down the ramp, other than stand there and go, and then get kicked. Like, it just seems so off, and it just almost splits the fight in half for me. And it's something that really bugs me. I could have found something better for him to do, you know. And the other thing is too, when Shang Tsung's like, finish him to Art, and Goro just is like, he just like punches him, and he falls down dead, and it's like, that ain't no fatality. I mean, I know the movie had no fatalities, but I mean, it could have like broke his neck or added like a sound like that or something, you know, something to make it a bit more believable what happened, you know. I want Shaolin Monks 2. We all want Shaolin Monks 2. You just made it. I'll give you my overall opinion now. You can watch the video back later. But overall, I think the trailer's competent. The characters look okay. The locations look good. It seems like there's going to be an enjoyable movie here. I don't think it's going to be as nostalgic as the original. The things that bug me are the main thing that bugs me is the tattoo on Cole Turner and the fact that Sub-Zero doesn't look blue. I don't know why they always do this, where they make the characters look gritty and dark and all wearing black. Like, if anything, I feel more afraid of a character wearing bright colours and then shooting ice out of his hands. You know? He doesn't have to hide in the shadows because he has ice powers. You know? So, will Shang Tsung's Island be included? Probably. I would say so. I would say that they go to the islands and then probably to Outworld after that. Unless they just go straight to Outworld, which is a possibility. Overall entertaining but poorly written. Well, I think that's an unfair comment. You haven't really seen any of the writing yet. You've seen a little bit from the trailer, but you need to really see the main film before you can comment on the screenplay. Love to see Khan in it. Well, Khan is in there. I don't see images of Shang Tsung's Island. Well, there is this. Hang on. There is. It's near the end here somewhere. Where is it? Okay, where is this? Is this Shang Tsung's Island? That could be Shang Tsung's Island, bro. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Shang Tsung looks weird, by the way. I should say that too. I put cool armor on him, but like, I mean, and to be fair, he looked weird in the original movie. He didn't look like the game like that at all. The original game, he was wearing that tattered sort of robe. And then in MK2, when he was young again, he had the bright yellow, you know, which is kind of... I would have liked to have seen that on Shang Tsung, actually. They haven't done that in the movie. What's his name? Philip Ahn was wearing the yellow, and I think he had that, like, sort of Chinese... the headgear or hat. Chinese-style hat. So, I would have liked to have seen them do that for once. I already talked about Scorpion's voice. Yeah, they should have just used... I think the voice is fine, but the get over here should always be Ed Boon. I mean, he is get over here. Like, no one else can really do get over here. Let's be honest. Oh, speaking of that.
Get over here!
That's Ed Boon. It's a button I'm working on. Well, I was working on. I've given up. I need to find a way to get the logo on top. This was supposed to be a copy of the NetherRealm, the one that NetherRealm have. It works to a degree. It actually works well. I just need it to look like the logo.
Get over here!
Yeah, so... Shah Khan is in the trailer. Let me find it. Did you guys see it? Where was it?
As Mortal Kombat.
See, what's going on here? Oh, that's... That's probably Scorpion's wife.
These are your champions.
I'm Sonia. That's Kano.
I'm Liu Kang.
Name's Jax.
Kung Lao. Lord Raiden. The fate of Earth is in our hands.
No matter how many of my people you put in the ground,
Was that it there? Let me go back for a second.
how many of my people you put in the ground, we will not.
There. So there's a statue of Shah Khan. I don't know if he's actually in it or not. I thought one of the press stills though has his hammer. I think his hammer in it. Where is that? Do I have that handy? Let's have a look. Media. Which one is it? This one. Is that Shah Khan's hammer? It looks like a hammer. Is that Shah Khan? Does anyone know? That's Jax vs. Khan. Rico. Getting some weird things from the chat. Rico? Rico's not in this movie. What are you talking about? Can't be Rico. Stop trolling. No, they've mentioned Rico anywhere, have they? The only thing, like, this looks like a hammer to me, but the only thing... Oh, but this is a very high-res image, by the way. I got this from the WBPR. But, it looks like there's something wrapped around it. There's his hands. There's something wrapped around this. It does look like there's a it's a hammer here. Like it looks like there's a handle coming out of this thing. I don't know if this is right or not. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, the statue looks awesome. The statue's perfect. You know, look at that statue. The statue doesn't have anything wrapped around it. It has the, you know, the dragon on the Wrath Hammer. On the set, photo was leaked the other day by Nathan Jones. Might be playing Rico, not Shah Khan. But that's Shah Khan. Oh, do you think that they've put a character in as Rico and maybe he'll become the Shah Khan or something? I don't know. Yeah, that's exactly Martin. It does look like the armor on the shoulders. That's why I thought it was Shah Khan. The hammer looks weird though. So yeah, so I don't know. This looks good to me. Unfortunately, it's just a statue though. But how good's it look?
Fail.
It's a bit lower. That's all we see.
Kill them.
Kill them. It looks like Shang Tsung here might be commanding the Lin Kuei. Is that Sub-Zero behind him? Or are these just like grunts? I don't know. Yeah. The real Cole Turner is Kuai Liang. The director knows his stuff when he even references the mocap. Yeah, he seems like, for a first-time director, it seems pretty competently filmed. Like, and I say first time because I haven't seen him. I'm local. I haven't seen him do any commercials here or TV. Not that I've heard of. Mate, I'm not saying he hasn't. I did look on IMDb and nothing came up. So, if this is a first-time thing, he's done well. From a directing view, the directing seems pretty competent. You know, so IMDb is saying Naitara's in it. Yeah, I heard those rumors. That's kind of cool if that's true. Not gonna lie, my girl Naitara. You know, but man, guys, I'm gonna have to go. I'm in a hurry today. trailer came out at the worst time, and then it wouldn't bloody work. It's a stream, so I'm sorry to rush off, but I'm going to have lunch, and then got a few things to do to prepare for my big Pokemon thing tomorrow. So, but yeah, I've given you my opinions, and I want to thank you all for coming in. Hopefully, I answered enough of your questions. If you want, this trailer's uploaded to the channel. If you want to see it, it's full HD from WB, no watermarks, full quality. Same with all the character posters. They're higher quality than on Twitter. They're from the press archives. I've got high reses of the poster and everything. The publicist actually sent me all this stuff. So, I think I can get a 4K version of the trailer, but I haven't downloaded that yet. So, but yeah, so just make sure that if you haven't already, subscribe to Total MK, ring the bell, leave a comment, leave a like if you want, dislike, whatever, the usual crap. And any more future trailers, new trailers or things, I'll upload my opinions, and yeah, we're on track to see this in April. I'm gonna try and get access to a preview screening, which is where you get to see the movie like a week before anyone else. I'm gonna try. I'm trying to tee that up because they are showing it in Australia, so we get it the same day as you guys, but we have it a day later because we're a day earlier than you, which is the same day at the same time. But I'm going to try and get a preview screening access and do a review. I think that would be really cool. But I have to ask around a bit more about that one and see if I can find a contact, someone who can tee that up for me. So thanks for watching, guys. And I'll see you guys around. See you on the interwebs. And yeah, Mortal Kombat trailer. Pretty good. I need to see more.